So are we ready?
This is Jay.
This is A.
And this is Moxicated,
where we drop the booze and walk through the reality of life alcohol-free.
So grab your favorite mock, get ready to laugh, and let's get Moxicated.
Hello, and welcome back.
Welcome to Moxicated, friends.
Yes, let me just move around a lot and make a lot of noise. I know the noise is really great. Okay,
Shifting.
Now I'm ready. Welcome.
I've noticed I've said the word shift a lot lately. You'll see why later. Welcome to Mox again. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day. Okay, I won't go back to the 90s. But I have been kind of going back to the 90s a little bit. And I know I've talked about this Instagram account before on this Moxicated podcast, so maybe they should just be our partner. But it's called So You Seen That, and it just talks about like movie scenes.
Yes.
Okay? I post about it a lot if you follow me on my personal Instagram. And this is why you haven't seen me post this, because lately they've been posting one that's like my first crush, or I'll always remember my first crush,
yes.
right? And each one I'm like, yeah. And then
All
I'm
of
like,
them.
no. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, no, it was this one. No, it was this one. Like Leonardo DiCaprio and Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my gosh, I was just going to say mine was Leonardo in Titanic. Like, I remember watching it in the movie theater with my dad, and I was like, Dad, I told him, I think that I'm in love with that guy. And he was like, shh, this is a long movie.
You're like, I get 3 hours of this.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, then there was one of Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, that's the OG. Like, I had a crush on Simba.
Yeah.
I had a crush on the cartoon lion because Jonathan Taylor Thomas was its voice.
Yeah. No.
Like, I wanted to be Nala.
And you actually sent me one of mine.
I did.
And I almost reposted it, and then I had these exact feelings where I was like, I don't know if he was my first. He was like my...
I know.
He was a little bit older for Save Last Dance.
He was the first for other things. But truly. But then I go to the next one, and like, I'm like, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh my God, she's all that.
Okay, well, and also Freddie Prinze Jr. is from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and that is where we grew up. And it was like it started to become a prank that people at the one high school that he went to would like, because back in the day, we're old people.
Yeah.
You would put your name in the textbook that the library rented out to you each year, so you would be able to see who had your textbook, like back into the 70s sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
It was so crazy. But like, people would put Freddie Prinze Jr. And so these people would be like, oh my God, I got his book. And so I feel like the tie to New Mexico, like, actually made me feel like I could be with him. And then I saw him at Hinkle Family Fun Center one time.
Oh my God.
But it was only for a second. And
I've never seen him.
he is very tall. And I went out to the gates and screamed, Freddie! I was probably 11. Okay, but this brings us to...
The ultimate.
I was very proud that I hadn't posted any of those because I'm so conflicted. And in comes Heath Ledger.
The man. I mean, I don't know if there can be... I feel like, too, he was, like, the first with an accent that, like, melted.
And a bad boy that was secretly good.
Oh, my God.
Was actually never bad.
Yes.
Was
oh, my... I have the chills
good.
right now.
Oh, my God. And Allie and I, 2008, when he passed away, 2007, 2008, whatever, it was our first year of college, like, we were sad.
It was, like, the first time a celebrity... passed that like I was truly connected.
It like
to.
affected
like,
her.
It was very hard on me.
And this has happened my whole life, so to have her finally join me in this, I was like, oh my God, yeah, we're sad together.
Yeah.
And there used to be like this really cool poster shop by our college, and I like got a Heath Ledger poster. I like kissed it. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was sad. I loved him.
I still get sad thinking about it. I'm like, he was taken too soon.
The ultimate. So hot.
Honestly, I don't even like to watch Batman because I feel like that's what ruined him.
I know.
Because they say that that's like, he like took on the character. He was the Joker of that one.
Yeah, but when you're like not a character acting, but like when you immerse, Nicole Kidman does it, you immerse yourself in the acting.
Yeah.
So like Nicole Kidman makes people call her that name, even her kids.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
But yeah, if you're doing that for a role like Joker.
Yeah.
Anyways, all that to say, our nod to Heath Ledger is a new thing we'll be doing on Moxicated, where we just count down our favorite 10 things, because there is no movie about high school for me that is more meaningful than 10 Things I Hate About You?
Honestly, none.
There's a lot,
10
but nothing.
Things I Hate About You is top 5.
Everything.
No questions asked. Like,
don't ask a question about it.
Because, like, even we just said She's All That. That was one that I watched on repeat.
Yeah.
Loved it. But it's not top 5.
No.
It's not.
Where's Nigel with the brie? So today we are counting down the 10 reasons why we, and maybe why you, want to be alcohol-free. Are alcohol-free. Yes. Should be alcohol-free. Whatever.
Maybe this inspires your sober, curious minds to become alcohol-free.
Like Heath Ledger inspired my mind.
And I feel like my hair right now is the perfect length. We should post a picture with my Heath hair.
Are you being Heath?
Yeah.
I'm like, then don't
I'll
look
be
at
your
me.
Heath Ledger.
Don't look at me.
Oh.
The only Heath that matters.
Oh my god. That's an inside joke for those old besties. If you know, you know. If you don't, sorry.
10 reasons. Do you want to say your first one?
Yeah. My first reason is myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually hate drunk Allie and would be so embarrassed by her.
Hate what alcohol did to Allie.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't. Yes. Thank you. But it made me do and say things that I didn't actually feel and mean, and as an authentic person, that's very hard for me because I can't just keep going. I have to make it right.
Yeah.
And I think that it stole my sparkle. It really, it wasn't.
It's like betrayal to self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine is similar. I really like having a tangible reason with results that you can see to be proud of myself.
Oh, so good.
It's so hard for me to be proud of myself for emotional struggles because I feel like I've been doing it my whole life and sometimes it doesn't feel like a choice. So when I can be proud of myself for a choice I made and I, can look down at my tracker, maybe you are using Christy's tracker or the one that's on your phone and see like this many days, or I can look back and be like, this is what I used to do and this is what I do now. Like tangible, I can see it. This is kind of like my garden. This is probably something I should talk about in therapy. But like when I can actually see the results, I allow myself to be proud so much more. And be like, I did that.
Yeah. Like, look at that. That was me. I get that similar feeling when I finish my list for the day. I'm like, I did that.
Like a little dance.
Yes.
Okay, your second one.
My second one is my kids. I have been present with other parents and their kids when these parents are drinking and I'm not. And I can just see how kids know. They know everything. Yeah. And so witnessing that really made me not want my kids to see that version of me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and they talk about it too. And I think that that's something that maybe if you're like open and have conversations, or your kid is open and has conversations. But out of my 3 children, only one of them just started going to school. Only one of them kind of tells me like what they talk about and the things, and he will tell me that this person's mom or this person's dad, and they drank too much, and this is what they acted like. And so you don't think that. You really don't think, especially because they're observing it and they're young, but
they know what's going on, and they can pick up when you're acting and feeling different and treating them different too.
Well, and if you have like very energetically charged or like sensitive feelers, neurodivergent children, they are able to pick up on nonverbal cues so much easier. Yeah. They can feel shifts in energy.
Well, and too, when you're drinking, even for you as an introvert, when you were drinking, you were an extrovert. you know,
Yes.
your kids would be
Yes.
like, who is this lady if they saw you go from that to that? Like, it's confusing.
Or even, like, the drunk version of me is fun, but since I'm not like that normally, maybe they wouldn't like the real version of me. That's just a thought that I had. Like, or I would think that in my head.
Yeah.
And my next one is kind of similar to that, but I am just preparing and raising my kids for the next generation.
Yes.
Because the next generation, I truly feel like, is not going to be relying on alcohol to soothe or relying on alcohol to have fun. And so raising them to be people, humans that learn wellness and emotional well-being tools before turning to something else is like not so important for their lives, but everyone, that affects everybody around us, that affects our household, the people they interact with, the teachers. And I think that as generations are, coming and newer ones are rising up, we are seeing that shift in the way that they're drinking and the way that the Gen Z is like barely even doing it, and so what does that mean for our generation of children that we're raising, and what is their normal gonna look like? And so for me, it's so important to be like, this is their normal, and see how that else blooms in the world.
Yeah.
Because I don't got control over everybody's kids.
I know. Oh.
It's okay.
I always wonder if by my kids not seeing the bad side of alcohol from me, if they're gonna like think that it's fun. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I think that they're gonna try it. I know at least one of them is gonna try it. One of mine understands. And the other one, I think even knowing, will still just attempt it just to see. But like, the more knowledge you can have about the things that it does, I think the less tempting it is.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah. Okay, what's your next one?
My next one is Christopher. We drank heavily the first 5 years of our relationship. Very heavy. I'm like doing the math. Is it 5 years? Yeah. And we used to only fight when we drank, and we wouldn't even know what we were fighting about. And so our relationship now is so much fuller and so much, I feel like almost even more real too.
Yeah.
Like, we love each other with intention, and so when we fight or bicker, it's with intention because we're actually feeling these ways. It's not because, oh, well, you said this when you're, like, our drunk fights, we wouldn't even know what started them, but they would escalate and be horrendous, and we would say things, do things like that aren't true to ourselves, and it just
that's what I was
cringy.
Gonna say. Like, knowing you two, it is so inauthentic for either one of you to be angry fighters. Yeah. Like, you're not somebody that likes to fight like that. Chris is not somebody that likes to fight like that. So it almost goes back to, like, your number one of, like, when you were drinking, it turned you guys into people that are truly not who you were, and making you do things that were not how you guys handle conflict. And now you're like, oh, yes, this is much better for our nervous system. Yeah. Yes. This is much better to handle conflict.
Yes.
Okay. My Sundays turned from dread and anxiety to, like, a warm hug.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
I remember, like, and I always remember the house that me and Devin had together that was, like, that 2-story one that... Anyways,
oh, yeah, yes.
I think of myself being back in that house on Sundays because we watched football a lot. And it was just, like, my opportunity before my work week started, but I felt like crap, and we were ordering food, and I wasn't getting off the couch. And now, like, Sundays, we always have our meditation on Sundays, and I get up before the house gets up, and I get to, like, drink my coffee and go in my garden and look at the clouds in the sky, and it's just, like, instead of, like, having that feeling of anxiety in my chest all day, I have a feeling of, like, expansion and, like, what a nice little day to, get myself ready, do whatever I need to do.
I know when you said that, I was like, it's so true. My Sundays are such an important day for me to recharge.
Yeah. And I used to hate them. I loved the Friday, Saturday because there was the one more day.
Yeah.
And then when that one more day would come, I was like, the whole day. It was like I was tense the whole
Sunday
day.
scaries.
I know. You know what? I hate using that word, and I'm like, is it because I'm an old, sober woman that is just mean to the world? I don't know why. But Sundays are not supposed to be scary. They're supposed to be a hug.
They are.
Okay.
My lifestyle is a big one because A, I do so much I could never manage at all. And two, like in that I work from my phone. And so it's like I already overbook myself for fun stuff. And so sometimes I procrastinate in my job, and literally there's no way I could catch up. I could never keep up with all of my like things if I drank. Like the organization would be gone. Everything would be gone. Like I would just be spiraling all of the time.
I wonder too, like, it made me think you would try. You would try to do all of those things too. And then it makes me think of like, what would your rest look like then? What would your self-talk look like then? What would, any downtime, if you had any, look like then? Because you would be attempting, and you are already like, you do such a good job of like bringing yourself right to your line and knowing where your line is. And I think over the years, maybe you've brought that line back a little bit more. But I think maybe if you were trying, you would overcompensate and just run yourself.
Yeah, no. I imagine being very greasy. Well, no, because when I would be hungover, my, like, just sweaty, just like, grease. Just greasy. Grease.
Honestly, truly, in sobriety is the only way I have learned, and it has taken years, learn to have authentic connection or friendships with anyone outside of job or school settings.
Yeah. Amen.
I'm a tough girl to crack, and so like you would have to work a job with me every single day and see me like finally break down or crack my jokes or like laugh or like be like, this is so funny, whatever I was doing, and then you're like, oh, I like that girl. Or when you were forced to sit next to me in class, like, oh, okay, that's who she is. And so I always relied on situations like that for my friends. And obviously if I went to the bar and stuff or in the drinking scene, I made quote unquote friends, but it didn't stick. It wasn't authentic. It wasn't a safe friendship. And so outside, and I've stumbled a few times and I've misjudged a few times, but I am completely able to form real connections because for the first time in my life, I think this is a big part of it, I'm able to say what I need and who I am in a relationship. And I think maybe my ADHD diagnosis has a lot to do with that, but I'm like, this is who I am. Like, I'm not scared of my sensitivities. I get my feelings hurt often. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And there have been so many women that have genuinely shown up in my life and been like, cool, I like that. Let's vibe together. That doesn't bother me. You're a cool girl, and it's almost like that. I can be proud of it because I can see it kind of feeling of like, wow, I've established connections on my own in different ways than I ever was able to before.
Yeah, I love that.
Dope.
Very dope. It's like intentional connections.
Oh, so good. Oh, so great.
Oh, so
amazing. Great. Amazing. I just want to hug every one of my friends. Okay, go ahead.
The next one for me is my health. Because of all my allergies and everything I went through last December and January, like, I can't, like, if I had been drinking up until that point, I don't know what my physical body would look like. Like, my body was eating itself from the inside out.
Oh my gosh.
And to think of adding alcohol to that, like, who knows where I would be in, like, in my physical state.
Right.
And so it's like, now that I know all of these allergies and my celiac disease and all of that, like, it's a lot and it's overwhelming, but there's no way I would be able to drink and not think about those.
Oh my gosh.
That would always be right there. Like, okay, you're poisoning yourself when your body is already, like, in fight or flight mode because it was so depleted, malnourished, like, and then now you're gonna pour acid on it, you know? And so it's like I don't know, it's interesting.
I almost wonder, like, if you would have noticed. It almost, like, reminds me of what we talked about on Mox Monday of, like, noticing where that's coming from. Like, you were able to be in tune with your body at all because you weren't drinking. And it's such, like, I don't think when you are drinking you understand what a weight off your shoulder it is to eliminate that from your health. When you're feeling a certain way, to literally eliminate, oh, it's because I drank too much, or it's because I've been drinking too much, or it's because, you know, it was Thanksgiving followed by Christmas and I was on a drinking bender. Like, to completely eliminate that, you are able to tune in and be like, something's up with my body and this isn't normal.
Yeah.
And if you were drinking and maybe sick or whatever, maybe that's what you would have thought it was. Oh, I just drank too much. Oh, I just drank too much. And you wouldn't have been as in tune to be like, something's up. Something's not right.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head.
Well, I have been I've been known to do great construction work. Dink, dink. Just kidding. I had to watch a YouTube video to learn how to drill a hole. I think you helped me through it a little bit too. Okay, my last one is trusting myself. Knowing who I am and what I've done. It's so priceless to me as a blacker outer. It's so priceless to be accountable for the bad things, because you can, again, coming back to Mox Monday, like, remember, like, why that feeling was there, what you were experiencing when it happened. And even if it was a bad one, even if you made a mistake or made a misstep, you can give grace to that. You can say, oh, well, this is what I was feeling and now I've learned from it. And, you know, you trust yourself in that process. That growth makes you trust yourself so much more. And so when you're not constantly like, oh, what did I do? What did I say? Was I authentic to myself? When you're not questioning any of that, the trust grows on its own, and it allows so much more room and opportunity for you to trust yourself more, and for you to trust your decision making. And I think a big one for especially women when they stop drinking is relearning how to trust your intuition.
Oh yeah, huge. And our intuition speaks to us, and I'm not going to discount the men out there either, because Philip has an amazing intuition that he's just learning to lean into. And I think that when you quiet a lot of everything else, just like Al's body, you're able to hear clearer messages and clearer moments of, this is what you should do, this is the decision you should make, it's okay that you didn't make that decision, here's where we're going to move next. And just like eliminating alcohol from your health, you will eliminate it from your mental health and your way of thinking. And it's just so nice. It is.
Priceless.
I feel like there's so many other reasons why we're alcohol free, but these ones are definitely the forefront.
Yes, if we were Julia Stiles standing in front of the classroom crying to Heath Ledger, this is our poem. I think it was pretty good.
I think it was great. I think we'd get an A+ for that class.
I don't know, that teacher is a pretty hard teacher. Yeah. He might tell us to get out of his classroom. Very good looking, but might ask us to leave. So anyways, look out for more 10 things we don't hate about being alcohol free. And take it easy on yourself. Maybe make your own list.
Yeah, you should. Make your own list.
Doesn't have to be 10, 7, 5, 3, 4, whatever. Fill it out. This is your journey. We love you, babes.
Talk soon.